Sashiburi guys, what is happening? Vimal here back with a new video. It's festive season, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like eagerly waiting to build your brand new gaming PC, or maybe you're looking to upgrade your existing gaming PC with a new gen graphic card. You people came to the right video. So lately I've been getting a lot of comments in my recent PC build videos asking like, Vimal bro, we have certain budget and we're looking to buy like a new gen GPU, but we are not sure which one to go for. See, let me tell you one thing. If you're buying a brand new GPU in 2025, I'm pretty sure you want your GPU to a bit on the future proof side, right? Like for example, if you buy now, it should sustain for the next couple of years and also should support all the new gen Nvidia technologies like maybe DLSS 4.0, multi-frame generation, all of these at a reasonable price point, right? Well, I've got the right card for you. So this is Nvidia's RTX 5070 Ti guys, the new gen 70 class GPU. And let me tell you, in the 50 series, right, I've reviewed almost every card guys, the 60 class, 70 class and also the 5080 series as well. And out of all, I think this is like the most value for money card is what I can say. The one I have right now over here is from Inno3D. This is the GeForce RTX 5070 Ti X3 edition GPU and comes with like 16 gigs of GDDR7 memory. See, previously 70 class GPUs were like specifically made for like 1440p gaming, but with the new gen 50 series GPUs, right, the whole game has changed over here guys. And let me tell you, this new GeForce RTX 5070 Ti is actually capable of very well handling AAA games even at 4K resolution. Today we're gonna do a lot of benchmarks guys, so definitely stay tuned for that. As I've told you, the model we have right now over here is from Inno3D. This is the 5070 Ti X3 edition GPU, and let me tell you, it's a value for money card guys. No RGB, no flashy stuff, nothing like that. Clean, simple looking GPU that will offer you like pure performance for the price that you're paying. What I'll do is I'll give you like a closer look at the graphic card and first talk about the whole design, build quality, and then we'll get to the specs and configuration. So this is how Inno3D's all new RTX 5070 Ti GPU looks like, and initial impressions I do have to mention, you're getting a clean and minimal looking design. No RGB lighting anywhere guys. And talking about the dimensions, that is actually the main highlight. It's a very compact and small form factor ready GPU, having a length of around 300 mm and the thickness is only around 41 mm, making it slightly smaller than a 2-slot design guys. So benefit is you can easily fit this GPU even in smaller form factor PC cases, so that is greatly helpful. Keeping that aside, on the front profile you're getting a triple fan GPU design. If you ask about the build quality, good build quality. Overall body is like a mix between metal and polycarbonate, but definitely gives you that premium sort of feel. See, despite the looks, right, the brand is actually packing like a decent cooling solution on board. Have a look at the side profile. You can check out a chunky block of heatsink, and the brand mentions that this GPU comes with 6 heat pipes with a copper base for efficient overall cooling solution. Having a look at the back profile, you're getting a full metal backplate with the Inno3D logo and a large cutout as well on the right side for circulation and basically airflow. So that is pretty much it, our complete overview on the design and build quality part. I know you people are waiting for the specs and configuration, right, and also what exactly has changed compared to the previous gen 4070 Ti. So let me quickly tell you about that. The card is based on Nvidia's all new Blackwell architecture, basically TSMC 4nm process, and obviously features their 5th gen tensor cores, 4th gen ray tracing cores, new streaming multiprocessors, and also faster memory. First of all, let me tell you, the card comes with 16 GB much faster GDDR7 memory guys, with a memory speed of around 28 Gbps and 256-bit memory bus width. Talking about the CUDA cores, on board you're getting 8960 CUDA cores, and the base clock is roughly around like 2300 MHz, and the boost clock is around 2452 MHz, and the total power consumption of this card is rated at 300 watt. If you actually have a quick comparison with the previous 40 series cards, right, for example, we are taking into consideration 4070 Ti Super, just check out the results. So the main GPU is actually based on GB203, which is the same one found in the RTX 5080 guys. But the thing is, Nvidia is offering you a cut down version of the same GPU die with fewer CUDA cores. That is the only difference. For your info, I've also done a quick comparison with the previous gen 4070 Ti as well, and you can check out all the spec details, what sort of improvements you can get on the 5070 Ti right on your screen. Major difference I would say is in the VRAM guys. On the previous 4070 Ti, you only had around like 12 gigs of GDDR6X memory, right? But on the newer gen 5070 Ti, you're getting up to 16 GB of GDDR7 much faster VRAM memory guys. Having 4 GB of extra VRAM can definitely make it a bit more future proof for you and can also handle 4K gaming as well. We'll anyhow talk about all the performance and I'm gonna show you the benchmarks as well in this video, right? So stay tuned for that. I know you people are like very excited to check out this GPU's performance and benchmarks, but before before we go there, first of all, let me tell you about the test bench setup I'll be using. See, I didn't want it to get any sort of bottlenecks or hiccups in my performance. That is the reason I'll be choosing like a top-notch gaming CPU, guys, and this one is from Intel. This is their Core Ultra 9 285K CPU. Monster gaming performance is what I can say. 24 core, 24 thread CPU, guys, and offers like killer performance. Talking about the motherboard, I'll be going for the flagship series Z890 motherboard. You can go with any brand, guys. I'll leave this choice up to you. And coming to the RAM, we'll be using like 32 GB of DDR5 RAM clocked at 6000 MT per second in a dual channel configuration. Storage is also PCI Gen 4 SSD, guys, 512 GB, 1 TB. Depending on your requirement and capacity, you can go ahead. So that's it, our entire PC configuration and the test bench setup I'll be using for this particular GPU. And without wasting any more time, let's directly get into the performance and check out the gaming benchmarks with different AAA title games. And let me tell you, we'll obviously be playing some new gen AAA games only, that too at 4K resolution, because I've already told you, right, this new gen 5070 Ti is very well made to handle 4K gaming as well, and will obviously use NVIDIA technologies like DLSS 4.0, multi-frame generation and ray tracing as well. We'll see how does it perform with NVIDIA technologies off and also NVIDIA technologies on. Anyways, we'll get there in a moment. So let's start off with the benchmarks. As usual, we will be starting off with Cyberpunk 2077. So right now in this first clip, the game is set at 4K resolution, graphics set to very high preset, and mind you, we are not using any NVIDIA technologies, ray tracing, DLSS, multi-frame generation, all of these are turned off. And as you people can see, on an average, we were getting around like 45 to 50 FPS. See, Cyberpunk is a very graphic intensive game and definitely puts a lot of load on the GPU. People usually go for like 4080 Super or 4090 if you wanna do like 4K gaming. So considering all of that, I think it's handling it quite well. Let me quickly enable ray tracing and see what sort of difference we will get. So 4K resolution, very high graphics preset, only ray tracing enabled, DLSS, MFG are off, and now we were getting around like 25 to 30 FPS on an average. Obviously, ray tracing is quite taxing at 4K resolution, so this was expected. But wait until I enable NVIDIA's DLSS and multi-frame generation. DLSS 4 brings something known as Transformers model, guys, which is completely different than your convolutional neural network. So previously on the older gen DLSS, right, maybe either DLSS 2 or DLSS 3, whenever you were using like performance or ultra performance profiles, we used to get a bit of artifacts, ghostings, or some sort of glitches when you're doing like fast movements in the game, right? So that has been greatly improved in the DLSS 4 transformer model. And multi-frame generation is an upgrade to the already existing frame generation. So previously, frame generation technology used to artificially create like a single frame in between two adjacent frames, right? Now multi-frame generation is capable of producing 3 to 4 artificial frames in between adjacent frames, guys, in the game. So that greatly boosts the frame rate by up to 3 or 4 times depending on the preset you're choosing. Say suppose you have a 144 Hz or 180 Hz monitor, right? 3x would be better for you. Or maybe if you have like a 240 Hz monitor, right? 4x would be best for you. That will offer you like a consistent results. So right now set it to 4x multi-frame generation, and ray tracing is also on. Rest of all the settings are same. And oh my god, are you people looking at the results? 190 to 200 FPS on an average at 4K, very high graphics preset, Cyberpunk 2077. Madness for a 70 class GPU, guys. Previous 4070 class GPUs could never get these sort of results. Moving on to the next game, Spider-Man 2, which recently came out in the market, and I do have to mention puts a lot of load on the hardware. So we'll be playing this game also at 4K resolution, very high graphics preset. And in this first test, all NVIDIA technologies like ray tracing, DLSS, frame generation, everything is turned off, and on an average we were getting around 50 to 55 FPS. Pretty decent, I would say. But wait until I enable DLSS 4.0 Transformers model and frame generation as well. So quickly enabling that, there you go. Now this is what I'm talking about. Previously we got around like 50-55 FPS, right? Now the frame rate has almost doubled, guys. We are getting almost like 95 to 100 FPS, and sometimes even touching around like 110 FPS at 4K, very high graphics preset. So following the launch of 5080, lot of people were like really looking forward to the 70 class GPUs launch, because 70 class GPUs are ideally aimed at a reasonable price tag, plus added you're getting the newer AI features, right, like DLSS 4.0 and multi-frame generation support. That is the reason people were like really excited to check out what sort of results we'll get. And as I've told you, I've been using the 5070 Ti for the last couple of days. The performance uplift is roughly around 18 to 20%, that too at 4K gaming when played across like 8 to 10 different AAA AAA title games. So these were the results I was getting. And if you actually compare it with the 4070 Ti Super, right, then the newer 5070 Ti is only around like 8 to 9% faster. And that too, I believe this performance jump was mainly because you're getting slightly higher TDP rating, right? The 4070 Ti Super was rated at 285 watt, whereas the newer 5070 Ti has been bumped up to 300 watt. You're also getting slightly higher CUDA core count, right? 8960 versus 8448, and obviously a bit faster GDDR7 memory. So all of that was contributing to the overall improvement. One more thing I do have to talk about is the overclocking potential. Remember in my 5080 review video, I've told you that the 5080 card supports insanely good overclocking support out of the box. Well, I was actually curious whether this 5070 Ti also supports the same. And to my surprise, this card also offers like really good OC potential, guys. I mean, I've told you, right, we have the Inno3D X3 variant of this card, and I could easily OC both the core clock frequency and memory frequency as well. Base clock frequency of the card is 2300 MHz, right? And the boost clock mentioned by Inno3D is roughly around 2452 MHz. But out of the box only, the card was easily able to hit around 2750 MHz, and to that I could apply a OC of around 200 to 250 MHz. So check out the difference. On the left side we have the stock GPU settings, and on the right side we have the OC variant of the gameplay testing. And as you people can see, roughly we were seeing around like 8 to 10 FPS of improvement across many AAA title games. So we can actually squeeze out quite a bit of performance out of this card. Pretty impressive results, I would say. One more thing I do have to mention is about the thermal performance. I mean, check out the GPU stats at the top left corner. Despite applying overclock profile and playing all these AAA title games at 4K resolution, right, the card was running quite stable at around 68 to 70 degrees centigrade. Sometimes it's around like 71, 72 degrees. If you actually remove the OC profile, right, the card was fluctuating around 63, 64 degrees centigrade. So decent job, I would say. Well, that is pretty much it. This is what I wanted to share with you all in this video. Inno3D's RTX 5070 Ti X3 OC edition GPU, guys. Great not only for 1440p, but you can easily play AAA games at 4K resolution as well with NVIDIA technologies like ray tracing, DLSS, and obviously multi-frame generation. If you talk about the pricing details, this card is roughly priced around like 85,000 rupees in the Indian market. I'll try to leave a link to that in the description box below. You can check it out there. If you all enjoyed watching the video and got all the information you're looking for, make sure to smash that like button, and I'll see you all in my next one.